These are the top 5 horror books that I read in 2025. Starting off at number 5, we have Hex by Thomas Old Hoyvelt. This is a really cool book. It basically takes the premise of whatever modern town is haunted, but also people aren't allowed to leave the town, otherwise they face quite severe sort of physical and mental consequences. The town is haunted by a 17th century woman whose eyes and mouth have been sewn shut, and everyone is explicitly told, do not undo those stitches. You have to read the book to find out what happens if that does happen. Out of the Thomas Old Hoyvelt books that I have read so far, this one I think is the best by far. So if you haven't read any of his, I would recommend you start here. Coming in at number 4, we have The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Doesn't really need an introduction, but if you haven't read it, I do highly recommend it. It is the classic haunted house, if not the sort of original big haunted house story. Very psychological as well. So if you're into ghost stories, haunted houses, but also psychological horror, definitely recommend checking this one out if you haven't done so already. So coming in at number 3, I actually have 2 books together, so I lied, there's 6 books in this video, not 5. But the reason I put them together is because I actually preferred the sequel, so I thought I'd lump them together. And that is Bird Box by Josh Malerman, and then of course Mallory by Josh Malerman as well. Then you've probably heard of it, seen the film on Netflix, but if you haven't read the book, whether you've seen the film or not, I do highly recommend them. Coming in at number 2, we have The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starlin. Now, I really enjoyed this book, surprisingly so. I have seen some people being quite critical of the fact there's only 2 characters, there's only 1 character physically present in the book. It is quite sci-fi horror, this. So if you are into horror and sci-fi, I would highly recommend this. It is slow going. It does follow this 1 character over a multiple day period whilst they are cave diving. But it's very psychological, very eerie, very claustrophobic, and I think that's the point. So coming in at number 1, unsurprisingly, if you have read it, or if you've watched a few of these top horror books of 2025, but that is When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. It is just a non-stop journey from start to finish. Definitely recommend. If you have a fear of knives or needles, like I do, the first scene, the opening scene, is hard to get through. But other than after that, it's just a wild ride from start to finish. I gave up trying to figure out where the hell it was going about a third of the way through. And yeah, just let it take you on the journey. It's so good. It's got a bit of comedy sort of in there as well. Yeah, highly recommend it. So if you have read any of those books in my top books of 2025, please do let me know in the comments. If you are planning on reading any of these, if they're on your TBR for the year for 2026, which ones are you planning to read? What are you excited about out of the list that I've said? And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one.